Greetings, how's everyone? Today video I'm going to give you some of the tips on the back bend. Many students they ask me these questions when they do back bend, especially basic one like upward facing dog and wheel pose and the camel pose. They experience a lot of pain in their lower back. So I'm going to give you some of the ideas. So if you feel kind of pain, so maybe try these tips, it might help you a lot. Okay, so first we'll look at the upward facing dog. So for example, so it's a good idea if you make your own video and see the differences. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the sometime new students what they do. Their upward facing dog. Now see, they make downward dog too short. Then they come to the plank. You can see my shoulder is already over the wrist, means quite forward here. It's not here. Ideally it should be here. So they are here. Now from here chaturanga and upward facing dog. Now you can see the first is not good for the wrist. The second, your shoulders is too much forward, so cannot hold the spine very well. So when they lift the chest, they feel a lot of pressure on their lower back. So you see this one first. If your shoulders is too much forward, just correct it, move your feet slightly back and see how you feel. Now the second thing, if you're already here, your shoulders over the wrist, now the second thing you notice your legs. Is your legs is like this, dull? So if you're not using the legs as strength, it means you're lifting the chest forward but legs is not engaged, so again a lot of pressure shifts here in the lower back, and that can be cause for the back pain. So what you can do is engage your legs by pressing the toes down, lift your knees off the mat. So for example, you are here, so just see here, press the toe down and engage your legs and push the heart forward. Now see how you feel. It should be comfortable here now, but if you're still feeling that kind of pinch, don't have good engagement here, now next here come root lock. If you're not familiar with the root lock, you just simply understand or think like you are holding a pea, okay, and feel that the engagement, you're holding a pea. So you can feel it's just below the navel, this part is getting little tight. So we need that engagement, okay? So with that feel, do the same thing again. So you are chaturanga and up dog. So have that feel. Bring that mind attention to your pelvic floor and then hold and see how you feel. You might feel a little better now. Okay, now here one more thing. In upward facing dog is you have to work with the shoulders also. Now sometime what they do is students, they do look at my shoulders. They do something is like this, shoulders moves. Shoulder blades moves toward each other like this. And so you're pushing the shoulder blades in toward each other, lifting the shoulder up, but ribs is not moving forward actually, so a lot of compression is coming here. So try this. Keep your hand front of the knee, okay, keep your elbow straight. Now think of you're pressing your palms to your knees or your thighs, and by pressing your hands down you are pushing your ribcage forward. Okay, so elbow straight, by pressing your hands down, think your ribs moving forward. Now see your shoulder blade, you don't need to squeeze. Your shoulder blades is away from the spine. Now you are pressing the ribs forward. So try this and feel the difference in upward facing dog. Now when you do upward facing dog, so your back is broad and pushing the chest forward. Okay, so you're not doing this, but shoulder blades is moving away and forward. Push the ribs forward. And I think you got the idea. So shoulder blade little away from the spine, and by pressing using the hands to push the rib cage forward and create more space here. Then see your upward facing dog. You might feel now is much better. Next one is a camel pose. So I will show you the posture first. So camel pose looks like this, catching the heel or the sole of the feet and holding this position. So in this posture, the students, they feel a lot of pain here. So of course these backbend have a little bit pain, but it's not that kind of pain. It's like a stretching pain. That's different. But if you feel a sharp pain, you not feel good. That's we don't want. Okay. So in this posture, just look at the difference. So I saw the students, they do two-way different, and both are valid. Okay. So see which one works for you. So sometimes students, they do like this. They tuck the tail under like this. Okay, so pelvic tilt is backward or posterior. So they use the glutes, push the hips forward, and they catch the heel and hold the posture. Here is very important. You have to pull the ribs back of the chest upward to make more space here in the lower back. If chest is down, you're going to dump too much weight here. That's why you feel the pain there. Okay, so some students, they do like this, tilting the pelvis backward, tight the butts and pushing the hips forward, chest upward, and they hold the posture. They hold the posture here, pulling the ribs up and create more space here. Then after hold, they just come back. Okay, but some student, when they do the same thing, tight the butts, pull the ribs upward, by tightening the glutes, they feel pinch here, and it's not works for them. But some students, what they do just opposite. They tilt the pelvis forward like this. Okay, now this is soft glutes. Now when they do this posture back bend, they're using a strength from the quads, hamstring. So that's a concentration. If you're not using your thighs, your quads, your hamstring, you're using the glutes. Now they soften the glutes. They're using the front quads and hamstring, and of course more is the front line, this part. So they're pulling the chest up, ribs up, and catching the heel and making the same shape. But their concentration is here, the front line, using a lot of extension from here, front, and using that kind of feeling like holding a P is control the pelvic floor, gives you good support. So they use more is front. So they go with the tilting the pelvis forward instead of backward. They soften the glute, and they make the tight the glutes and using more strength from here. So try both of them and see which one works for you. So one is they're using the glutes, okay, and the second one they're using more front line extension from the front, using the strength from the quads and the hamstring. And of course have the feeling of they're holding the internal locks, or that kind of feeling like you're holding a P. So and both one, you have to pay attention. You have to lift the chest, back of the chest upward, so create more space between the pelvic floor and your lower ribs. So these two moving a little away from each other. Okay, so it's not going to compress too much with causing the pain. So try this and see how you feel. Now next one is a wheel pose. So of course wheel pose is challenging. So once you're able to lift your head off the mat, okay, and elbow almost straight, in this position some students, they feel pain in the lower back. So I will show you first, just watch. So for example, I will show you simple here, lifting the hips and wheel pose. Okay, Now I will show you some of things the way some students do. Okay, so just watch the difference. And because they're feeling pain on the lower back, so you pay attention how I'm moving my hips, how I'm lifting my hips. Okay, now see, I'm lifting my hips here is okay. Now once I lift my head, now look at my hips. Hips moving forward first, and second, hips moving up. Can you see? My hips, I'm moving my hips as I lift my shoulder, my head up, my hips moving forward and upward. So lot of compression is coming here. Now what I do, when I lift my head off the mat, lifting my hips, and I will push my hips toward the shoulder to open the chest more. So here, set the palms up. Now see, hips toward the chest. Use the strength from the legs, lifting the hips up, but push your hips gently toward the shoulder to open the chest more. Okay, so the stretching is coming evenly from the legs, from the arms, shoulders, and the hip flexors and the abdomen. So even stretch from both sides. So that's the idea. Okay, so do not lift your hips too much high and the forward. So it might be the cause of the back pain. So you can make your own video and just see the difference. Now here one more is pain in the neck. So either in upward facing dog, okay, or when you do your camel pose, this one, dropping the head back. So sometimes some of students, they feel kind of unpleasant feel here in the neck because maybe they don't have good strength in the neck. So what you can do when you're dropping the head back, so remember, when you drop your head back, don't relax fully if you feel pain. Okay, if you feel pain here, don't relax that much. Okay, so keep this part, the front, okay, just opposite part, is keep it little engaged. Okay, little control here, so do not collapse. So, or what you can do, you can look toward the tip of the nose. So first you're looking back when dropping, that's why it's here. So look toward the tip of the nose, so it will pulse slightly, little extension here, you will feel much better. So upward facing dog, slightly, okay, not too much, so you have to adjust by yourself. The camel pose is the same, slightly chin toward the chest. Okay, just to get the idea, you need to just extend little back of the neck. I hope you will find this video helpful, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time. If you have any question, please give your comments. Thank you. Namaste.